somebody who comes back from death or a long absence. So that's the definition of the word revenant. I looked it up like after I saw the movie. Of course, I Googled all this stuff right away. I found out about the novel, which was written by, I want to say the author is Michael Punke, Punke. Maybe it's pronounced differently, Punk or Punky, I don't know. Punky Brewster. Punky Brewster, wow. I mean, that's something else entirely. Sorry about that. But, so the novel was first published back in 2002. And, yeah, the only other thing I know about it is, I haven't read it, although now I'm looking forward to reading the novel. And it seems kind of weird. It seems like that took a pretty long time for it to be adapted into a screenplay. I guess, I could imagine there's probably a lot of hesitation. I don't know. Hollywood is weird sometimes. There's so many crappy movies that get made and overhyped and promoted over and over and over and then all of a sudden a movie like this, like The Revenant, comes out and it's actually good. It's awesome. Not only is it decent, but and the other thing too is not only is Leonardo DiCaprio amazing in this role, but everybody else in the cast, like the entire cast, is awesome. I know the one of the guy who's kind of like the villain or like the bad guy. The actor's name Tom Hardy. He gives a really awesome performance. Like he plays like a big asshole, but he does it really well. And there's times when it's kind of like you forget that he's an asshole, and then you just kind of like want to try to relate to why he's being an asshole. Or, it's any actor who can do that is obviously very skilled, very talented on some level. There's no denying that. And everyone else too in the cast, And the other thing I just found out too is the fact that the entire movie was shot using nothing but natural light, meaning there was no studio lights used, I guess no other artificial lights, just nothing but natural light. And it really adds a lot to the overall theme, the overall ambience and mood of the movie. And I didn't realize it until afterwards, and I had already looked at a couple other reviews. But yeah, it was shot using nothing but natural light, and it really adds a lot to it. Even if you don't consider yourself artistic or artsy in any kind of way, when you see this movie, and it just, right away you can tell it has a very distinct look to it. Same with the camera work, the cinematography. It's got that, I know the director, he's also the same guy that directed the other movie Birdman, which stars Michael Keaton. And if I believe Birdman, it did win some awards as well. So yeah, this director, I forgot his name. I want to say Alejandro. I know his last name is Inarritu. I believe Inarritu. Yeah, he's definitely on a roll here. I'd say, it's. I can go on and on about this movie. It's really awesome. Trust me, or don't trust me. I don't know. If you need to see, I encourage you. That's another thing too. I like to tell people is if they need more convincing in order to see a movie, in order to shell out the money for the tickets or rental or streaming or whatever, I tell them, look it up, look up some other reviews, just like we do the same thing with everything else, when we want to find the best mechanic to fix our car, we want to find the best babysitting service. We look it up, right? We Google it. We Google everything. That's the age we live in. So I like to tell people, do the same thing when it comes to movies. Don't just assume that because everybody else likes it that you're gonna like it. So, just there's nothing wrong with making an informed decision. Whether it's comes to fixing your car, finding a babysitter, or deciding on what movie to see. So, yeah. So I definitely highly recommend The Revenant. I also wanted to mention that it's not a kid-friendly movie. I repeat, it's not a kid-friendly movie. Unless you're fine with your kid seeing a certain amount of gory, bloody violence, graphic imagery, then hey, but that's up to you. But definitely, it's not a kid-friendly movie. but excuse me. But other than that, it's awesome. It's definitely worth watching. Definitely worth shelling out. I don't know how much the tickets are. $10, $7, $10, $12, $1,000. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. On a scale of 1 tamale to 10 tamales, I give The Revenant a solid 9.9. 9.9 tamales. No, you know what? Since I don't get to do this very often, I'm just going to round it up. I'm going to say 10. 10 out of 10 tamales for The Revenant. That's right. 10 out of 10. It's that good. I'm going out on a limb. Making that call because it's that good. It's not, the action, it's not cheesy, it's not overdone, it's accurate, everything is accurate. And even though there's dream sequences, there's interesting dream sequences throughout this movie. Those are done really well too. Those are, very unique. And I could go on and on. I will say one slight thing. The fact that the ending itself leaves you kind of wondering, leaves you kind of guessing. Obviously, I feel as though it could have been done a little different, but overall, no, it completely works for this kind of movie. So that's why originally I wanted to give it 9.9, but no, to hell with it. I'm just going to 10 all the way, 10 all the way. And I'm pretty sure the Oscars haven't passed yet. The Oscars are coming up. Hey, I expect Leonardo to win even more awards. I expect this movie to win more awards. I expect the director, the cinematographer, the writers, the lighting guys, special effects guys, everybody who had anything to do with this movie to win as many awards as possible. So, yeah, there you go. That being said, The Revenant, 10 out of 10 tamales. I can't recommend it anymore. Well, I could, but it might just seem redundant or like some kind of broken record. So, that'll do it for episode 2 of the Noiseless Madman podcast. Thank you for tuning in. I thank you for tuning in to this live broadcast if you are listening right now. If not, and you're listening at a later time, I still thank you. Before I sign off, I just wanted to mention, do visit my blog. I post movie reviews on there. Also other stuff too, original short stories, poems, articles, daily quotes, interviews, a lot of other fun stuff. It's noiselessmadman.wordpress.com. Once again, noiselessmadman.wordpress.com. All lowercase, all one word. And I would also like to just mention here